Welcome back, everybody, to Getting Over It. If you're here on YouTube, the stream just started. Let's do this. I can finish this tonight. Oh. I feel that crackle of energy. Now, the main obstacle, as I was mentioning before, thankfully we're in this area where, like, you can screw up this little maneuver I'm trying to do, but, like, it's hard to really fall too far. The biggest hurdle is that actually getting enough of a launch off of this anvil to grab myself up above is pretty challenging. Something that I've been struggling to do routinely, and it's the biggest worry I have moving forward in this game, is I think I'm going to have to be more consistent at, like, really getting a good launch like that, and then not bouncing myself off. And I can do it, as you just mentioned, as you just saw, but, like, it's hard to be consistent with it. Because it's just like, you gotta catch yourself you have to stop moving your mouse at just the exact right moment so that as soon as you catch, you don't then accidentally push down that tiny bit that makes you get that, like, bounce that you've been seeing. I have to become one with the Yosemite hammer. So I'll perch myself right there at that angle. At least it looked like I stopped the hammer in time that time. Like, I had the timing right, but not the angle. Oop, come on. Those of you who were here last time, remember, this is basically how we ended last time, was like, like 10 minutes of just trying to do this. We've done it before, but it's just, it's a little tricky. Now, as for, recently we've been doing a lot of, not just one game, but second game. I have a few considerations for tonight, and I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning towards a couple of them. A game that I've been really excited about recently that I would love to get started, especially, if we indeed finish this and not just, like, get tired of it, is Outer Wilds, which is going to be... A few of the games that I have are definitely going to be kind of like pay close attention, keep a journal of what's happening sort of games. So one of them is Outer Wilds, where we'll be exploring a universe together and seeing what we can do to try and stop the sun from exploding, if my understanding is correct. And we're not going to get it right the first time. It's going to take a while. But the idea is that the game is in kind of like a time loop. Another time loop game that I really am interested in checking out... Shit. I thought that might happen. Thankfully, you only fall so far here. Another time loop game that I'm interested in checking out is called 12 Minutes, which, as it kind of sounds like, you're stuck in a 12-minute time loop. And something about, like, a crime thing, like... Virgin sacrifice is how you stop it. We'll find out together. My understanding is it's the type of game that, like, there's a lot of mystery to it and a lot of just discovery, and it's very much the sort of thing where, like, you can only really ever play it the once. Hey, what's up, Blake? Oh, I've been shared a Bazooka Joe comic, so I haven't read it yet. Oh, that smell. That strong bubblegum smell. I wrote a lot of checks yesterday about how Bazooka Joe was worthless and the comic wasn't entertaining. Let me see if I stand by those words. We'll see if chat agrees with me on this. So on the one side, I guess before we read the comic, let's get some official opinions on this. Who here thinks positively of Bazooka Joe, both the comic and the gum, like the whole package of what you get when you buy Bazooka Joe? And who thinks negatively? Tech Deck, apparently a fan of stopping gameplay and talking about Bazooka Joe. Thank you for the follow. I was firmly in the camp.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Red Eye Dallas as well. Thank you for that. I had to figure out, like, where the stops were. Appreciate it, y'all. So I was in the camp of this. It's a garbage gum. It's like chewing a rock, and the you didn't know they still make the gum. They do. I
didn't either for a while.
This was purchased yesterday. All right, well, here is the comic that you get with the gum. I'll get this more visible on screen, I guess. All right, you're never going to be able to read that. I'll never get that properly in focus, but just try and internalize those character positions. There's, like, a dude running from a dude, and then like, thing, and then hits a head, and then something. I can't really see it from here. Gee, Pesty, you skate good. Okay, so he's Pesty. Our man in yellow is on ice skates, and our person in blue says, you skate good. What's the hardest thing about skating? And then, whoa, 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 hits his head. And the answer is, the ice. The ice is the hardest thing about skating. I stand by my beliefs about the caliber of these comics. Yeah, the gum with the jokes on them. So Blink is a fan of Bazooka Joe, and I...
It's not as hard as it used to be. Like,
oh, yeah?
When I was a kid, the gum was way harder. and now it's super soft. I'm disappointed
really?
that it's not as hard.
Okay, hold on.
I wanted the challenge.
Chew me a piece, or not chew me a piece, but
get
me a piece. I'll see. We'll see about how hard this gum is. But yeah, I saw a pack yesterday, and I know she was a fan of it, and we don't see it often, so I was like, let's get her a pack.
It's about as hard as Double Bubble now, which I'm so disappointed.
I don't know. That sounds like Bazooka to me. Sorry, we will be back to the game soon, I promise. Actually, I don't even know why I'm apologizing. I firmly know this is as entertaining or more than watching me struggle to do anything for a while. Like right now, I'll read the comic. Okay, now my getting over it struggle is opening this guy. It was like really stuck together. Oop, trying not to rip the comic.
You're pre-gaming.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing, pre-gaming. Oh, you're right. That is softer than I remember. Like I can pinch into that. It's not just like a rock. That takes away one of my chief complaints. Yeah. I will grant them that.
It wasn't stale as a kid. It was just done right.
That is not nearly as unpleasant to have to chew through as it used to be. So they've made an improvement there.
No.
I agree.
Disagree. No. It needs to be harder.
The second comic.
Oh, wait.
Mort, I can spell something that has over 100 letters in it. What? I bet I know I haven't looked at the punchline yet. I'm guessing the punchline is like a mailbox? Or mailbox. That's my guess. Let's see. Post office. More or less. Clearly, I have a career in Bazooka Joery. Alright, back to the game. Thank you for the gum. And, let me know, y'all, if, like, the chewing is picking up on the mic a lot and is getting annoying. I have the mic set, so it's, like, probably won't pick up, but I don't know, so let me know if that's happening.
Long 'cause it loses its sugar fast.
It's true, I'll be spitting it out soon, I'm sure. Oop, wrong button. Let's try that one. Okay. But yeah, I will get that window open. I will grant it. They took care of one of the inherent problems, though now we disagree on this being an improvement. No chewing sound? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Now I don't have to worry about that as much. Because I know, what is it? Misophonia or something, I think is what it's called. Like, I know for some people that would be utterly aggravating. You know, some would just tolerate it, but it would not be ideal. And for some, it would just ruin their life. Damn it. This is one of my... Like, you don't fall far when you get down here, but getting up on this ledge is such a nightmare. It's just so slippery. Oh, right, and there was, as far as games to do second, there was one other, actually, that I hadn't mentioned yet. There's one that I don't own the game yet, but I do have a demo of it that I want to try out. I think it's called Who's Lila? So, there we go. Oh, I pushed down a little bit too hard. So in Who's Lila, It is, if I remember correctly, it's like a detective sort of game where when you're talking to people, you don't choose dialogue options. Instead, what you do is you manipulate your face to express different emotions, and the game has a neural network that will try and best understand what that emotion is that you're making when you make the face look like that, and you talk that way, which sounded so unique and intriguing to me. I'm always into that sort of just like, well, that's something I've never heard of. So I have that demo. Yeah, that sounds really cool, right? I think it's called Who's Lila. I have the demo ready. So I've been split between those three as far as like what would be next. And if it's the demo, like if it's something that we like enough, then obviously I can buy the full thing. But yeah, it sounds really neat. Oh, damn it. Basically, turning the beginning of Mario 64 into an entire game. You know, the part where you play with Mario's face. Except it has more impact. I'm confident that one will be real goofy. So some amount of what we play will depend a little bit on how much longer I want to go when the moment comes. If we want just like a little bit of an aperitif. Oh, caught myself there. I was not expecting that. Oh, shit. And then lost myself. If we're looking for, not aperitif, digestif, just a small one, then obviously just a quick demo would probably be the right call. Yeah, indeed. Control R to zoom out. Yeah, I know of that trick, M Voodoo. I am well aware of what that'll do, and I'd rather not. Not gonna fall for that one. Good attempt, though. I'm happy to not be back at when I go back to the beginning of the game, it'll be because of my own failings. Don't worry, it'll happen. But yes, it is indeed kind of in that same vein of like, can't really control your dialogue completely as that pinball game. Which I did a little bit more development on that vaguely. I've realized that one of the... What's up, Chai? Let's see if your thingy plays. There it goes. I'm sure you recognize this part. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the like a tiny bit more development on the pinball thing. What I've realized is actually going to be a big challenge is so you know, obviously in a digital pinball game there'll be places where you want to set up like walls, like places where the ball would bounce off of, right? So that sounds reasonable enough. And it is. Like I've placed those are no problem, but what I realized would be a problem is consider like a lot of pinball tables have things like ramps, elevation changes, and the problem with that is picture going up a ramp. So you want the ramp to have walls to it, right? So that you might anyway. There might be a ramp that you don't want the ball to be able to just like slide off of it. You would just be like travel along this thing. A common enough feature in pinball games where you just kind of, it goes along a little bit of a route. Now, if that ramp is up in the air and those walls are there, you only want the walls to exist if you, like, went into the ramp. Like, if I go up this, I want these walls to keep the ball there. But if I just, like, came at it from the side, those shouldn't be walls. So I need a way to have, the walls basically care about elevation, which was, it's added in some new wrinkles to this and got me thinking about some other things, and I think I have a solution to it, but it just definitely adds some complexity. And then it also got me thinking about, like, that ramp that I was just describing shouldn't, like, if there is elevation, you know, the ball should travel up this in a way that feels very different than it traveling on the rest of the table, which would be more like, that. It needs to care about the incline, both vertically and like horizontally across the table. So I wound up doing this whole thing with a I was testing out a system where the whole table would basically have an associated image that's like where the green value of the pixels would correspond to the like how much horizontal tilt it had, and the blue values, or how much roll it would have, and the blue values would be like how much pitch. And actually, despite it sounding like kind of a complicated way to approach that, surprisingly was something I got kind of working relatively quickly. That was one of those few things. This has been a weird project where a lot of stuff takes way longer than I would want. And then that actually kind of got implemented relatively quickly, which gave me a lot of hope for it. Like, honestly, the harder part of it is just adequately making that green-blue map to represent it. So my figuring is that since I got that working, and I've used only the blue and green color values to represent this information. In a picture, obviously, we usually have red values as well. So I could make the red value correspond to, like, how high are you off the table? And then have those walls only block the ball if they're within, like, a certain range of the ball's elevation. Like, had all these ideas about how I might be able to make this work, but it's taken up a lot of my mind and just thinking. Yeah, exactly. You're basically, Gino, describing more or less what I've come across about that, like setting that flag of, like if once you've crossed through a certain point, yeah, you've more or less got some of the considerations I've had. Like I haven't fully described the plan. Just my focus is obviously a little bit split right now, but yeah, it became the first kind of like real design hurdle of like, how do I, if I'm making this all from scratch, like this isn't just like some pre-existing pinball system that just works, and I can just tell it like, make a ramp here. How do I make the game understand what the ball needs to do here? And to be clear, I'm still talking about a game that like doesn't actually have a table design or anything interesting about it. I'm just like testing out very basic concepts to see, like, is this going to work? And then I still need to actually go back to the arcade and, oh, there we go. Damn it! Didn't pull in enough in the right direction. Go back to the arcade and do my research on what do I like and dislike in pinball games. My hope is to maybe, depending on how Blink is feeling, we might do that after I'm done streaming tonight. Might just head to the arcade. We talked about doing it last night, but it didn't wind up being the right timing. But I will go to the arcade with my notebook when this... Oh, hey. Damn it. Well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder if I can recreate what just happened there. That kind of angle, sort of... Because it was sort of like this, it kind of kept from slipping in a way because, like, the weight was pulling it into the mountain. I wonder there. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to recreate that moment. It was a happy little accident, but I don't have the precision to make it happen. It was a very Bob Ross moment. Oh, come on. Stop it. God, this part is so frustrating. It's as mentioned before, you're not gonna like lose anything too much, but you hope the arcade allows me to have a note, right? Yeah, who knows? They may have an anti-notebook policy. It's like, sorry, you gotta... We can't allow notebooks in here. People could be writing all of our secrets. Yeah, fair point. You never know what kind of strange rules they might have, given our experience in the past. I have been playing so much more of that one pinball game that I streamed, Demon's Tilt. Oh man, I've gotten super into that game. it's so weird to me now to think of the time when I first loaded it up that I was like, before I streamed it, when I loaded up for the first time and was just like, I don't know, this game, I'm not really getting it. It's too much. I can't enjoy this. Now it's like my favorite one that I've ever played. It's like just there's so much going on in it. It's so fun. There we go. Damn it! Ugh. I didn't arc it around enough because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to. It would take too long to catch myself. But instead, I just slammed it against the side of the mountain. Give me one second. I think I need to turn on the fan in here. It's getting pretty hot. It's called Demon's Tilt. It was free on Epic. It's not anymore, but it's I don't know what it actually costs. But like, just be forewarned, it does a terrible job teaching you how to play it and like what's important. But if you can, if you look at a guide or just muscle through it or whatever, if you can, when you finally see like what's going on and how to accomplish the things that you want, I've gotten just super into it. I wound up rather beating my high score from back on the stream. Like back then I was lucky to get like 20 million or so. These days my high score is like 450 million, something like that. It's a little bit different. It's just, God, there's just so much to do in that. There's so many layers of missions and just like accomplishments that you can do. There's like bosses to kill and bosses to kill, missions to do, other objectives like just getting a multi-ball in a particular kind of way. Yeah, if you make a habit of grabbing the free ones, then that's how I got it. So if you have it, it comes highly recommended. If you enjoy, at the very least, if you enjoy pinball, at the very least, obviously, and if you like embracing the like not just playing a game of pinball, but like really trying to do the thing, like not just keep the ball alive, but trying to do like all the little bibs and bobs and missions and stuff that the game is encouraging you to do. If you enjoy that, there's just so much in it. But there's, again, it doesn't teach it to you well, and it part of the problem is there's just so much going on screen constantly that until you kind of internalize it, it can be really hard to keep track of. Yeah, it's one of the things that's kind of interesting about it, and something that I don't think I would put in my... Like, in my eventual pinball game, I don't know that I will necessarily do it quite the same, but, like, it has a real emphasis on smacking the table to, like, adjust where the ball is going. And, like, you know, doing it just enough without causing a tilt. Anytime you hit the table like that, it has a pretty profound impact. Like, you can really adjust the direction of the ball a lot more than other, like, digital pinball games. And, like, it's... Again, like, I don't know if I would necessarily want it to be that impactful for mine, but, like, it is... What's cool about it is, like, once you get into it and, like, really have that feel and get in the habit of really just smacking the table around and adjusting the ball, like, all the time, it starts feeling a little bit more like... You know how when you play pinball, a lot of the time it just feels like you just got ripped off, like there's just nothing you could do about it, it was unfair, the ball just headed to a place, and, like, well, that sucks. Like, you couldn't have stopped that from happening. Because you can have such a profound impact on where the ball goes, like, I feel that a lot less often. It feels a lot more like, well, I fucked up there. Like, I should have been more attentive. I should have stopped that from happening. And, like, that greater level of control...
We interrupt this program to bring you a new subscriber.
Okay, well, not a new subscriber, but welcome back, Colonel Sanders. Is the reaction to it being 58 months. Welcome, sir. A reigning champion, and no one else is even close as far as length of substreak. Why that scene? There's a whole bunch of them that it chooses from. That's just one of them. Any number of scenes of profound excitement. And I think that was the first one I chose, actually. Before it was just randomly chosen, when I was just deciding, like, what should it be when somebody subs? The first thing I thought of was the foaming mouth guy from Avatar. Like, what's a good excitement? Exactly. It's so wonderfully over the... Whoever came up with that idea and whoever performed it, it's just... Thank you for bringing joy to my life. Like that, you've improved things. Come on. God, I hate this little lip. It's like a couple of things here. This and the anvil spot that are just like... Just take so many attempts for me to get over. Yes, you've got the hold on watch time. But yeah, Substreak is... That is his domain. We got various people here who've got, like, claim to various titles. So, like, we have Colonel, who has claim to the Substreak title. Wick, who's got, I think, claim to longest watch hours. I'm pretty sure that may just be #1 over everybody. Other than, like, M. Jesterbot and me, obviously. But, like, I think you might have claim to that title. If not, you're... At least of the people here, you do. And then Chai, who's got claim to, like, most OG, like, been here since the beginning title. Yeah. Wick has, he's got some hours. As we've said before, like, you may not always know he's there. Like, he may be being quiet at times, but he's watching. He's around. He sees you when you're sleeping. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah? So you've got claim to, like, highest percentage of raffles won. That's not bad. Clearly M. Jesterbot likes you. Alright, come on. If we dig hard enough, everybody can have some manner of title that is true. Something that they have more than anybody else. Well, but that's the thing, he's not saying most number of raffles won, but highest like... If he's batting 1,000 on raffles entered versus raffles won, then highest percentage. Because if he, like, I can't verify, I don't know for certain if he's indeed 2 for 2, but if that's true, at the very least you've got to be tied for first. It's kind of hard to do any better than that. Now, I guess here's the question. Wait, did you get I wonder, did you get an FMP poem or... Oh, there we go. There, finally. Did you get a poem written by FMP or did you have to settle for one of the crappy ones written by me? Okay. So you're not at fully batting 1,000. Oh, shit. But still probably have a pretty high percentage. Alright, we're back to this little bastard. You think it was mine? I'm sorry to hear that. You had to have one written by me. Then legally, you may not even be able to consider it a poem. I may not meet the minimum criteria. Okay. Bazooka Joe, I am done with you. I'm going to coffin you in your shitty comics. In the trash you go. I feel like I'm doing you a service by continuing to chew. Because it certainly wasn't for my enjoyment. Oh, you want a copy of God, what was that game called? I know what you're talking about, and I'm trying to remember the name. Was it just called? Yeah, Long Live the Queen. Thank you. That's what it was called. I've still never gone through and actually beaten that game. I've thought about it numerous times. Oh, there we go. All right. Now we're past both those trouble spots. And we're back into the realm of, like, the challenges that I might just screw up and fall. But yeah, Long Live the Queen. I think I've mostly determined at this point that even though in theory I sometimes like those kind of visual novel games, I just often don't have the patience and don't want to do that much reading compared to gameplay. Which is a real problem for that sort of thing. So I like them more in theory than I wind up liking them in practice. Which is probably why I've never gone through and actually finished it. You wouldn't keep talking. Oh, well, now there's a prize.
Oh, no.
There we go. I hope you have indeed gotten some good use out of that. God. I wish I could go back to before... Oh. Shit. I wish I could go back to before that moment, but I also wish I could go back to before I just kind of learned Keep Talking Nobody Explodes a little too well, because boy did I love that process of figuring it out. Now, granted, back then, I loved that game so much. I gave away so many copies of that game. It's by far the game I've given away most. I want to say that it may have even extended into double digits. There were times that I would give away like 5 copies a night. Or maybe not that many, but at least... I think there was at least 3 one time. God, that's one of my favorite games of all time. And I could kind of have that experience of going back and relearning it, because, like, I got a similar game that I haven't played that much of. Blink and I played it a little bit. It's called Them Bombs. It's basically the exact same game, but, like, you know, it's new rules and everything, so it's like starting fresh. That's true, yeah, I guess it was just a lot of forbidden words leading to a lot of giveaways back then. I'm actually, like, that brings me joy to hear, Wick, that, like, there have been games that have showed that you've bought as a result of seeing them on here. Like, I feel like I've done my proper influencer job, but, like, but more than that, just, like, I'm glad to have, whether I was at least the first to make you aware of a game or not, like, given reason to be like, oh, that I want to try that. Like, that's cool. I'm glad that has led you to some good things, and this hasn't entirely just been like, you guys watch me have fun. I'm gonna enjoy a game here, and y'all just make me feel good about it by being in attendance. Like, that speaks to me of, like, yes, truly, that was a worthwhile game to explore. I'm curious. Do you remember what, if any of them, which ones, that was? I am confident nobody is gonna... That's not gonna be anybody's experience with this game. The, like, 24-ish hours of playing this one are not gonna lead anyone to be like, you know what? I want that experience for myself. When's it gonna be my time to suffer? Hate this spot. I've had so many teases with, like, it seeming like, oh, I got it, and then just slip off the, like, the second part of, like, pulling myself up. Like this. Like, I got that part. But if I arc around too much, it kind of pushes me off to the left, and if I don't do it enough, it's hard to get the grip to really pull myself. It's a real challenge. Damn it. Pushed it down. So my prediction that I could beat this game tonight may have... like, I'm not giving it up yet. I still think it's possible. But it is definitely... was not giving proper enough consideration to just how much time I would spend getting over moments like this, where I'm not, like, losing ground, but I'm sure not gaining it. I did not give it the proper respect in my estimations. Yeah, I wasn't going to catch myself on that. Shit, God, it's just so slippery. And I know there's going to be similar spots later that are, like, I need to pick this up because there's a real snowy incline that comes up later in the game. And I need to... Maybe... I need to try some shit because I need to be more consistent on this. Otherwise, when I get to that spot, it's just never going to work. I'm trying to, like, do it just real fast. Just fast arcs. Just go. Don't allow myself to slip. Just seeing if that works any better for me. You know, is it, once again, all about just fast, wide circles? Not that time, anyway. Though, granted, that was not that wide of a circle. I kind of did just like that as opposed to that. If you can see the difference. Kind of like shortcutted through my body. And I'm wondering if I really need to just go all the way around to just have that like momentum behind the swing to just like really pierce into the snow. I'm uncertain how much the game knows or like pays attention to that, but like it might. It's like every given swing is a little bit different, so it's hard to figure out some of the patterns. But I'm starting to feel like maybe, yeah, those wide swings, they feel like they're embedding a little bit stronger. Maybe. I could just be grasping at straws there. Grasping with my Yosemite hammer. Come on. How do I do this? Okay, that went a little bit better. I got an opportunity to like launch myself up. And then I still need to be able to just catch and pull. Ooh, okay, so that didn't work so well for that, but if I can... I think the speed is going to be important. Because at least... Like, I'd rather go up and not be able to grab anything than just slide off and make no ground. Perhaps I need to, yeah, like, stop being so careful with it. The problem is, oh, if I can do that kind of just, like, grab in and pull to the side, then all the better. By the way, if my ears tell me correctly, I should point out if you want some very different background music for this and to hang out, it sounds like Blinking Firefly might be starting to stream. Oh, there's my Discord. I wasn't planning on showing that, but... Oh, no wonder it showed. Okay. Now I know why it was a smooth transition. I was just capturing my monitor, not the game. But that's okay. Whatever. There's a Discord. Look at it if you want. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Blinkin' Firefly. I think she's streaming now. She should be doing some music and such. Blom indeed. So yeah, if you have an interest in that, want to hang out with her and get some background music and stuff, there ain't no rule that says you can't watch two streamers at the same time. Or that you can't decide that sounds like a way better stream and go over there. I will do my best to not be offended. And recognize that you're right. Alright, one second. Let me capture this the proper way. Yeah, there we go. The difference is this way Steam pop-ups and stuff won't come up. 60 seconds, cook served oh wow, a bunch of them. Cooking simulator. So you like the cooking games. 911 operator, golf with friends, house flipper. Did I stream House Flipper? I guess I did. I totally forgot about that. So definitely a lot of the kind of like simulation sort of games. I gotcha. Yeah, 911 Simulator was that was fun. There are times or not fun. Fun really isn't the right word for that, but like that was an experience. Definitely got into that. Like, does it have like countless hours behind it that I'm gonna put into it? No. I kind of at a certain point, as far as the game mechanics and like winning that game, felt like I kind of solved it. Like when I played a little bit on my own time, but still, like, the calls that they make, they're shit, I couldn't wrap it around in time. My mouse kind of like I lost some control over it. That was a good one. I often forget about it, but yeah, no, well, I'm glad we were able to bring some shine some light on those, convince you that they were worth some time. Damn it. Golf with Friends is really fun, yeah. And yeah, I saw that. I know that they have 112 operator, which I have not picked up. Like at this point, I feel like I've seen what I was hoping to see out of, like, unless they've made some big changes with like that it's really a very different game. For my own taste, I feel like I've seen what I need to out of it, but yeah, Golf with Friends is a lot of fun. Certainly put some hours into that. Some good non-sober times with that, and some good sober times. It's weird. It's FMP, like, I don't think he plays it much anymore, but he used to really play a lot of Golf with Friends. He did a lot. He didn't play Golf with Friends exactly. He played a lot of solo golf, and very much like just regular rules, as if it's just an actual putt-putt course. He just liked the opportunity to play putt-putt. He's very straightforward with it, less like party game style. Whereas I was always a lot more about like implement jump so I can see what kind of sequence breaks you can do. Like where can you save time and strokes in this game when you're allowed to cheat like that. That was more what I was about. So it was always very interesting when we would play just against each other because we had very different kinds of ways of engaging with that game. And he was certainly down to do the party style stuff as well, but yeah, we did a little bit with Tabletop Simulator. That's a game, like, I have it. I've still never really used it a lot. Largely just because it's not... I mean, there's a few reasons. It's not my favorite interface. I find it, like... I've not spent a lot of time to get used to it, but I still find it a little bit just, like I'm fighting it. And it just helps that, or it doesn't help rather, that like I've got plenty of opportunities to play games with other people non-digitally. Like I don't need a digital tabletop to be able to do that. And so of those two options, like if I'm going to play a game, the odds are pretty strong. I'm going to probably rather play it physically. But it's not to say I'm against getting some more Tabletop Simulator stuff going at some point, because that does open up a whole different crowd of people that can play along. Come on, you stupid snowy slope. Why do you gotta do this to me? Also, why those rocks up above that I was going across gotta do that to me? I remember the first time that we did it, we just got across all of them, clear across, no problems. Just took our time with it. Maybe I just gotta be careful on that part. When I get up there again, and it will happen, I just gotta be careful again. Then we can get back to the bucket. When we get to the bucket, we can utterly fail and fall all the way down the mountain. Damn it. God. One struggle I've had basically since I woke up today. I don't know, those of you out here who, like me, have tinnitus, but today has been quite the day for it. A lot of just... It's been a little bit louder than usual, and it just picked back up in volume for me, where it's becoming harder and harder to ignore. It's still not as bad as when I first woke up, which was prominent. Yeah. It's just one of those days where it's deciding, like, I am not going anywhere. You're gonna know it is a ringing. Thankfully, it's still not nearly as much as, like... I remember the worst I can remember was a time that it was so bad, like, it woke me up from sleep. Like, I just couldn't... I couldn't stay asleep just because the ringing was so penetratingly loud. That has thankfully only happened that one night that I can remember, but, like... It's not a very nice affliction. if you're still young and you don't have this, please take care of your ears. It really doesn't take a lot. And sure, it's not the biggest deal to have a ringing in your ears compared to a lot of other things, but like, it really is preferable to have it not happen. So, don't listen to music too loudly. When you're wearing headphones, have them at a reasonable volume. Don't be stupid like me and when you're at a live concert, purposely stand like right by the speaker and just let it blast you all night. So that you can really hear the music. Don't do that. It's not fun later on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would do it too. Yeah, mine, I don't have any good excuses. It was mostly through just poor decision making and not having a proper respect for the long-term effects. Really? Well, I'm envious of you, Chai. You seem to be doing it right, I guess. Or getting lucky or something, but whatever you're doing, keep it up, because it's much better that way. Alright, come on, you stupid mouse. Stay in my hand. Just very lucky. Well then, keep doing that. Keep being very lucky. Shit. Sounds like you get to have the best of both worlds. Because, like, God, I truly do really like if I have headphones on and I'm listening to music and I'm really enjoying it, I really do like turning up the volume quite a bit. Yeah, or even when not with headphones, just speakers around me, like, it's a different experience when the music is playing at a certain volume. Like, it's just, you really feel it through your whole body. And, like, that's pretty awesome. And admittedly, I still kind of do that from times. I try and be more mindful of it, particularly when it's with headphones or earbuds or something, to keep it at a more reasonable volume. And to make sure at the very least that I don't do it for too long in any one go. But, oh, fuck. Because, like, it's just not the same listening to a song at just, like, a reasonable volume versus just being overpowered by the music. You want to feel the texture of every little last element of it. Shit. Stop mocking me, Frosty's hat. Okay. I need a game plan here. I need to get back at... I need those wide arcs. At the very least, like... So oftentimes I've been catching myself and then I'll get a pull-up, but then I'm not fast enough at then doing a wide arc to catch myself again. Like that, except... That's what I wanted to do, but it just didn't work because I was too far to the left. But at least the motion was more or less right. And that time I didn't do it. I had my opportunity and then I hesitated. Get out of here. Hat. You're in the way. You're not wears hats. Thankfully for the most part, as long as, like, even when it's ringing a lot, as long as I'm listening to something else, I can usually more or less ignore it. But unfortunately right now, there's not a lot of sound in this game. And so, I just play this to the ringing in my ears, which is... Well, I guess if the game is about suffering, then it's not the worst edition. Like, it's about fighting through the bad times. And so I'm just adding my own elements. Come on. Oh, no! Come on! If I had waited a little bit longer before... I'd, like, rotated too soon, and then my hammer was in the wrong position to catch myself. But come on, game! Why you gotta be so slippery? Haven't I sacrificed enough hours to you already? Can't you accept that I've earned my victory? I did a really disparaging thing, by the way. I looked up average time to beat this game. Let's just say I'm not exactly at the right part of the bell curve here. Or rather, I am at the right part of the bell curve. But yeah, it looks like most people do it in more like, I don't know, 11, maybe 15. I'm over 24 at this point. But in a way, it just means I'm more fully playing the game. Because again, the game is about not giving up when you're just getting nothing out of it. And so, all you people who beat it quickly, you weren't really playing the game. Because you didn't have to suffer like I am. When you were tested, you were barely tested. I'm truly testing myself by being just god-awful at this, apparently. It is true. There is a lot of time that I have had the game open and have not been strictly playing it. But I don't think that's the full story. I will give myself some amount of credit for that, and some amount of, like, those people aren't necessarily also distracting themselves by, like, talking with people the entire time as well. But I think even when you account for those things, I'm probably behind the curve on this. And I should just already be done by those metrics. Ugh. Just makes me wonder, like, is there... Did that count people who never finished it? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe that may not be people who... That may not all be completions. It's a good point. It may just be how much time does it take for people to give up. Because these weren't like Steam stats. This was just like, what, like timetobeat.com or something. And just like anecdotally what I saw from a few people who mentioned it. All the ones that I saw, at least, listed hours that were much before this, and it was somewhat of a disheartening experience to see that. I was like, oh. Though at the same time, it did indicate that, like, there's probably not that much more to have to get through. Like, if I've done this much already, and they've been completing it in this many hours, and it's not exactly an easy game, like, famously... There we go. I wish I could reproduce that with consistency, but I'll take just doing it. Unfortunately, I have basically no idea what I did with my hand. I just kind of got lucky. I Chai-Soxed with that was basically Chai-Sox not getting tinnitus. That's how I got through that. It was just, I don't know, just lucky. I didn't make any good decisions. It just happened that way. Okay. But yes, that is a fair point, Chino, about the, like, maybe those aren't all completions. But I will say at the very least that some of them I know were. Like, some of those hours definitely that I saw as just, like, anecdotes were people who finished it. Yes, that's our new verb, is when you find success despite poor decision making, you Chai-Soxed.
Oh.
Which is similar to, but not it's not exactly the same as the, like, pulling a Homer Simpson, which is, like, despite ineptitude. Because it's not that you're, like, negligent and inept or anything like that. Just didn't do anything particularly, like, wise, but still everything worked out anyway.
No.
So it's like it's not quite that experience, but it's like a cousin to it.
Oh.
Don't you dare fall off that mountain. I don't want to have to get up that snowy slope again. At least not this soon. No, it's true. There's all kinds of reasons why those times I was reporting, not exactly necessarily a scientific way about it, and the data may be skewed.
Oh.
But let's just say it would take a lot of skew before I'd be on par with what people are talking about. Since I'm ahead by, like, 10 hours or so in a lot of cases. And more now. Like, we've been streaming this for about an hour, so add even more time to that. Yeah, see, that I don't buy at all. The how long to beat 6.5 hours, that just cannot be true. Based on everything everybody says about this game, I refuse to believe that that for most people it only takes them 6.5 hours. That seems like it's gotta be with people giving up. Because just how? How on your first playthrough would it only take you that long? For most people. I would argue that, like, most people would indeed give up. Shit. Oop. Let's not do that. I think like, not as any kind of, like, you know, la-di-da for me sort of thing, but reasonably, I think most people wouldn't bother going through would decide it's not worth it. It does take a certain type of person to just be a masochist and just not want to give up until it's been conquered. And I think it's totally okay to not be that person. But I definitely am. There is no version of this like, I could be in my 80s still not having beaten this, and I wouldn't have, like, I'd still keep trying. It's important to me that I'm not, like, death is the only thing that's going to stop me from beating this game. Yeah, one day I will die. There's nothing I can really do about that. And if I haven't beaten it by then, well, nothing I can do about that. But short of that, it will be mine. Okay, so let's be careful. One thing at a time. We can get back over to the bucket section. Yeah, like, it is a fucking tough game. The only thing I could think of is that, like, maybe maybe I'm fighting my mouse settings more than I should be, and, like, if I took more time to calibrate them to be good, like, maybe some of it would be less difficult, and that accounts for some of the time difference. But I don't know. I'm also okay accepting, like, maybe most people who stick with it just are better than me, and that's okay. If there's one thing I've learned from playing online games of any variety, it's that I'm not... There are people that are way better than me at every single game. Shit! No! No! Fuck! 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 Okay. We at least didn't fall past the church. I lost control of the mouse and it was too far from my hand. I couldn't recover there. Damn it. Even in your death, if you so you're even in your death, if I still have a stream, you'll still be subscribed. So what you're telling me is that, like, your family is gonna wind up eventually, like, when that account runs out of money, eventually, they'll be going into debt over this just, like, auto subscribe thing that won't turn off. It's like, damn it. Every month, I don't even like this. I don't even know who this person is. Oh, there we go. Okay. We're back over the steeple. Unfortunately, we gotta do that miserable stuff again, but we've mostly made up our ground, because this stuff is easy. As you see, we're already back at where the hat is. Yeah, that was not a good fall. We were almost at the bucket, too. It slipped out of my hand, and it pushed me off in a way I wasn't ready for. And then I was not able to recover. All right, let's see. Can I make the thing happen? Just accidentally and immediately. Just don't think about it, just do. Nope. Not that time, anyway. I know Blink has talked a little bit about wanting to give another crack at this game. And someday, we'll see. Can she conquer this mountain? It's true. That'll be right there on your headstone. Just oh, damn it! I almost had it, but again, didn't do enough of an arc around. It'll be right there on your headstone. It's just Midnight Jester 8's top subscriber. From here to eternity. Many advised him against it and said this can't possibly be worth it. But he held on as a treasure. And I greatly appreciate it. That support definitely means a lot. But it's weird. So every time I want to do like a quick arc around, I accidentally do that weird thing where I like pass it through my body real close. I just like my hands forget what to do when the moment arrives. Yes, from time immemorial. No, it's yeah, exactly. Working on a pinball game. That's what I was doing. No, that was my desperation to like just at least don't fall. Like if I have to just push off and not accomplish anything, at least I'm still up there and maybe I can salvage it, but it's so rare that you can once you get into that pattern.
Oh.
Yeah, I had that consideration, Gino. I tried it before the when we first came to this area with like trying to build speed like that. The problem hasn't been the concept, it's been that I've mostly been unable to actually accomplish it. Anytime that I've tried to just like really build up momentum from the bottom and get up, I haven't been able to do it enough, like controlled enough to have any benefit. There we go. Oh, no! Shit! What, I had it and then I needed to push more straight down than I did to just launch myself up, and I've screwed it up. But yes, conceptually it's a great idea. I just don't have the skill to make it happen. I'm gonna try again though, because who knows? Always getting better at this game. Because you have to like drag the mouse down at just the right angle to really gain speed, but at the right... You have to have just the right vector. I do feel like I've gotten ever so slightly more consistent with like getting a good grip on the mountain. Like obviously I fuck it up every time, but like I'm at least digging in more frequently than I was before. And getting like close ones. Yeah. Like if you look at the speed runs, like that's absolutely what they do. They have that kind of speed and momentum to just launch over these things. When I get that speed, I can't do it in the proper direction enough. I'll do stuff like that where it just goes too straight up when I need to go a little bit more to the side, and like the end result winds up being that by the time I get up here, I don't have any of that momentum anyway. Even though it would be fantastic if I did. Hence why I wind up defaulting to just down here. Oop, nope, don't do that. It's so sweet. I know that this is definitely not true, and it's just my, like, it all comes down to just me doing the right thing with my mouse, but there's times that I swear, like, I'm doing it and the mouse just, it's just not responding and doing the thing that it should be. You know, it should be arcing out wider than it is, and I know it's completely in my control. I'm the one who's failing, not the mouse. There we go. Okay. Up over that lip. This one, while still hard, wasn't being nearly as problematic, at least before.
No.
Because last stream we were having a real trouble with just getting that height. Just launching enough off of this, and at least right now... I mean, I didn't do it that time, but it hasn't been as big of a problem. The bigger problem has then been not accident... I didn't get it there either. Not accidentally pushing off once we get there. Okay. resituate myself.
What?
Okay. There we go. Nope. Okay, I almost slipped. Let me get a little bit less on the edge there. Let's take this all really slowly. Let's treat it like it's the first time I was here when I'm being really cautious. Because, you know, when I did that, I got through this part. Alright, we're back at the snowballs. Flex these hands out, get the fingers all limber and ready. I don't want accidental stuff getting the mouse near my body. I want this to behave as intended. Because we were able to get past these snowballs the first time when I just took it slow and planned it out. I just need moments like that to not happen where I accidentally get a huge launch. Okay. Just one little snowball at a time. So I need to not go too far. There we go. We're on the snowman. Oop, no, okay. I almost lost control of the mouse there, so let's regain our grip. And I think... if I remember correctly, I think this next one is the last one. I could be wrong, though. I am wrong. Okay, this one, maybe. Just one at a time. Yeah, because that doesn't even look like a floating rock anymore. There we go. Okay. We're up to here. Right, so I'm going to need to do a little bit of that. Okay, we're back at the bucket. We took it careful. We made it across. So this is more or less the farthest we've gotten. The bucket is tricky. So if you weren't here last time, the bucket indeed swings back and forth. We got to catch ourselves on it and launch ourselves up towards the left. We have done that much, but we have not gotten over. There's an obstacle that'll be on the right-hand side that we have not gotten over. So yeah, now we got to deal with moving stuff. Plus, I have to hold on while using my weight to make this bucket swing more. We need to not fall off there, because if you fall off in that direction, you can fall off all the way back to the beginning of the game. At least it is not difficult to. Oh shit. Nope. Okay, so just stop doing anything. Yes, that is indeed the snake. So if you ride that snake, it goes all the way back to the beginning of the game. And in fact, when you got here the first time, there's a little voiceover of Bennett saying, like he basically tells you as much. He's like, look, you could keep going up, but the whole point of this is the struggle. So, like, I'm very much paraphrasing here. I don't remember exactly what he said. So he's like, so if you actually win the game, it wouldn't be satisfying if you got to the top. So that's why I've put this snake here to just take you back down to the bottom so you can keep working. So yeah. He tells you, it's not even really a trick. Just ride that snake if you want to go back to the beginning. I do not want to do that. Yeah, I encourage you to look up. I'm sure somebody's got a video of the thing he says there. It's short, but it's interesting. God damn it. This part, it's harder than it seems. Actually, no, it's not. It probably seems about as hard as it is, but like, the part that's harder than it seems is once you're on the bucket, getting it to swing enough without falling off. Like, that looks like I'm pretty firmly on there, right? Like, I'm pretty far in the middle. It's way easier to do that than it seems like it should be. I am just happy that it's not especially easy to just fuck up enough to lose ground. It can happen, and I've done it. But you have to really start losing control. For the most part, you got a nice wide area to land on, even if you don't catch yourself on the bucket. I have no desire to ride that mighty moonworm. Not if that moonworm is this snake, which brings you to the beginning. So I gotta be careful, because if I launch myself to the left... Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna let myself go onto this platform. Recalibrate. So here's the tricky thing. I need to get over to the side. So I think what I'm going to try and do is angle myself there and just launch and go. Shit. So that's going to be the same issue as before. Like, I need to catch myself without pushing off. But I think it's possible. I'm learning there. I feel like I just need to not spend as much time on the bucket. Damn it. I knew I didn't have the bounce, the lift off on that. But anyway, what you're seeing right now is as far as we've gotten. We have not managed to clear this part beyond the bucket. Oh shit. No, no, no. But importantly, that means we're back to just have, like, we're no longer in a state of I lost ground. We are basically where we should be. And it was with the assumption that I would be getting here that informed my, like, statement that I think I can beat this tonight. So, assuming we don't take a major fall, which is not a good assumption, it'll probably happen. But if I can just stay beyond this point, I feel like it's maybe possible. I've put in the work. I understand. Okay, not that time. Let's get back up. So obviously I could climb up a little bit higher and try and do it from there, but I feel like I'm more likely to screw up that way. I'd rather just do this. Okay. I've never been here before. We're seeing new ground. So you know how I was saying there's going to be that big snowy peak that's going to be hard to gain traction? This is what I was talking about. I'm worried that I'm going to slide off of this constantly. But maybe it's kinder. I'm going to... Okay. This actually... I thought it would be more slippery than it currently is. It gets pretty steep, though. So up at this top part, this shit may not work anymore. Okay. Nope, take it easy. The main thing I don't want to do is be so pushy that I fly off to the left. That would be utterly tragic. Now, one thing I know from having looked ahead at this game in a speedrun is I know eventually gravity starts being lesser as we've gotten so much elevation. We wind up in space. And I feel like that really might change things in a way that hopefully is actually a little bit easier. We won't be so weighty. Can I go back and do the bucket again? No! You are free to check out the VOD, sir. God damn it, no. It happened very recently, though, so... Okay, so we are at 1 hour, 29 minutes, 32 seconds. If you go back, like, I don't know, 3 minutes, like, go like $1.25 into the VOD, maybe an hour 26, that should be about when it happens. It was very recent. Oh shit. Almost launched myself off the mountain because it slipped from my hand. So yeah, getting over the top part of this is going to be real tricky just because it's so steep and slippery. Okay, it's giving me more trouble than it was before. But yeah, my hope is once we get into the, like, low gravity zone, which I think happens at the top of this peak, it might just be kind of almost a victory lap. I say that now. We're going to find out how wrong I am. But, like, I've got this hope that maybe after that it's just kind of congratulations. Just do a couple more things, but you've got it, man. Oh, I was almost... There we go. Okay. Easy does it. We've got that little bit of a lip. God, we are so close.
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man.
Shit.
Nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
Oh shit, it gets steep again. Basically, we got past the bucket chai, and we've just been going up a really steep, snowy peak like this. That's about it. Oh shit. Victory lap with a high chance of flinging yourself back to the start. See, it's that high chance thing that makes me real worried. But okay, if I understand correctly, if I can get on top of this thing, my worry is that I won't be, like, the only way to get up that slope is going to be by really committing and going fast. I'm trying not to, because I know that that's really dangerous. Makes it really likely I'll launch myself to the left and really regret it. But it may wind up being necessary to get enough purchase. Just know that what you're getting into right now is going to be very slow and methodical. I'm treating this like surgery right now. Oh my god, I am so fucking nervous. I feel like I might need just a little bit of alcohol to steady my hands. That's the top. I mean, it's not the end of the game, but it's the top of the mountain. I'm nearly certain. Oh my god. I've got a bit of a technique that's working where I just need to really, instead of arcing, pull myself in close and just desperately grab for every last little inch. We're almost there. It's going to be really icy, though. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Shopping cart, if you launch me out of here, I swear to... Like, if I roll off on you... Okay. Okay, I thought for sure that was going to just launch me. Like, just roll back down the mountain. Okay, I just got to get on top of this little, what would you call this structure? But on top of that, there we go. And then on top of the satellite dishes. And then we'll be into space.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
Okay, okay, okay. Any given moment I could just throw this all away accidentally, but let's... This is a lot like that wall that I used to hate. It's going to be all about wide arcs. I'm gonna use what I learned there. Oh, not that wide. Okay, yeah, actually, not quite like that. Right. I just need to do... Nope. It's okay. As long as I keep myself moving very vertically, there's not a lot of ground to lose. Shit. I desperately need to avoid going to the left. That way lies doom. It's okay. That wasn't... Oh! I think we can confirm the shopping cart isn't as evil as I feared it was. I think it's just supposed to fake you out into thinking it is. Because if any time would have kept that, meant that going down the mountain, I think that was it. Landing just right on it like that. Right in the basket. Just... Whee! Yeah. Apparently it is a more friendly shopping cart than I realized. Though I still don't want to put my faith in that. I'm just waiting for the moment where it turns on me. Okay, come on. Nope. It's alright. Back up here. Yeah, it's driving me nuts. What would you call this monument? Like, Acropolis? Is that... Am I using that word right, or am I thinking of something else? My vocab's failing me right now. Acropolis could work? Okay. Temple? Yeah. I could definitely buy temple as well. I feel like there's a specific word for that kind of structure with like that very Greek structure and the pillars and everything. Like, it's a thing. Yeah, there we go. Parthenon. Yeah. I think was probably the word I was looking for, was Parthenon. Thank you. See, did you know that when you watch this stream, you also get a vocab quiz? Yeah, it's apparently part of it. We learn something when we're around here, and most of what we learn is I'm willing to suffer. I'm okay with this. For some reason you thought of cathedral. Well, yeah, we definitely had cathedral back before. Oh shit. And you're suffering with me. Okay, good. As long as we're all suffering together, this is how it should be. Nobody should actually enjoy this process. Everybody should walk away from this stream questioning their life choices and how they spend their time. If I've done that, then I know I've made the proper difference in the world. No, it is true. I know the Parthenon is a specific building, but I still think that was the word that my mind was like trying to find. If anybody can find a more general like a more generalized term for that style of building, then please, I am all ears or eyes, I guess. I'd love to see it. If anybody wants to put in that legwork and find out, it's probably as easy as just looking up Parthenon on Wikipedia and seeing like how did somebody else describe it. But I am curious. Oh shit. Oh, it is described as just an Acropolis? Well, alright. I guess I passed my vocab. I was really doubting myself on it. I felt like there was a, like that was something entirely, like a very different kind of monument. Like for some reason the other one that was coming to mind was like, oop, hold on. I was doubting myself and wondering if Acropolis was like instead one of those just like really large statues of like a titanically sized statue of a person like out of marble. For some reason my mind wanted to think that's what an Acropolis was, and I was like uncertain if I was using it right.
Oh,
Shit, yeah. So that one I definitely need to give it my all. I tried there, but like it was too little too late. I'll say at least this much, and then I'll definitely say more, but I was worried that it would be a lot easier to fuck up and like lose ground to the side than at least so far it has been. I've been treating this whole thing like any given moment, it's just like it could happen. And that is true, any given moment it could, but I thought the margins on that were going to be a lot tighter. That it would be way easier to just screw up. And it occurs to me, there are very few parts of the game where that is true. There are definite holes where you can lose a lot of ground, but I wouldn't say there's a lot of times where it's really easy for that to happen. I can't think of any, honestly. Usually it's either really easy to, like, something may be really hard to do right and very easy to just, like, lose a little ground. Or if you screw up in the right way or make certain decisions, it's easy to lose a lot of ground, but I can't think of any where, like, you have to be super precise or you're going to lose it all. Well, I get, okay, Orange Hell. And even that, it's not that you have to be super precise, it's just that before you learn how to do it properly, it's likely you'll fuck up. Alright, I'm going to try and launch myself off of this one because I feel like I've got a better grip. Oh, okay. Let's try and do it off of this one. Shit. It's hard to go straight enough down on that. Just because in general in this game, when you're hooking off of something, it can be hard to go completely straight down. Just mouse control. Oh, I almost had it, but then the hammer got in the way, and it stopped my ascent. I didn't arc it around fast enough. Nope, 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 nope. But we're so close. If I can just wrap it up, or if I can just not take a big tumble. I know I can keep doing this until we end. Or until we reach the end. We're only at an hour 43. I usually do this for another like hour and 20 minutes. And I'm, depending on where we are, very well might go over that time. If I'm just like, if we're just right there. But like, the odds are looking good. But again, it all hinges on not taking one of those big falls where we have to make up just a lot of ground over the difficult shit. Okay. Do y'all hear that, like, the slowly rising, like, tower noise of, like, ooh, over and over again? Is that coming through? I guess it goes down as well. It just makes these little electronic sorts of noises. A little too much. A little too much mustard on that one. Just couldn't catch myself. It's almost like whale song in a way. Shoot. Nope. You know, I'm starting to feel like that shopping cart is there to stop my fall. It's an object that I can collide with that makes it less likely I'm going to, yeah, it is turned from feared object to unexpected ally. Because there's a thing I can grip onto, like, It's reliable. Yeah, I know I have the game turned down pretty low. Which, if y'all do want to hear the... There's not a lot to hear, but if you do want to hear it more, I can turn it up. All the just subtleties and stuff. But yeah, you're not missing a lot. It's mostly silence and the little grunts.
Fuck.
You can't risk the tinnitus. That's right. If you listen to any noises at all, you will get tinnitus. The fact that you're hearing me right now and not just watching subtitles that don't exist, tinnitus. Tonight. You might as well call it tinnitus. I will give my gift to you. That is what I am here for, is to turn tinnitus into tunitis. Fuck! Again, I didn't clear the hammer out in time. I just missed the timing a little bit. Shit. I think when I get up there, I need to just try and scoot onto the next satellite dish. Rather than go all the way from the, like, not, instead of going all the way from this to that, just try and get a little bit of a hop, catch myself on the satellite. So in fact, I don't even need to hop. Just get up here. Do this. Okay. Let's see. Fuck. Okay, but we caught. Alright, nope, no, we didn't. Oh, shit. Damn it. I didn't expect it to catch on there, but sure. Whatever you do, don't lose ground. By the way, Chai Socks, liking any puns that I make, it's the first sign that the tinnitus is starting to take hold. If you appreciate a thing that I've said, that means it's getting into your brain. The ringing will start soon. Yeah, it's the first sign. That's why Colonel knows he's... Well, I guess... Colonel's not safe, you just already have tinnitus, so you're not catching it from me. Because that's how it works. Okay. We gotta climb up the snowy hill again, and that sucks, but we're at least post-bucket. I'll take that. That's not as bad as I feared. I just gotta use the techniques that I learned and get lucky. Oh, man. Shit, that was not supposed to push off the ground like that. I know I could probably do this faster, and like if I just really went for it, I might be okay. I just don't feel like the risk is worth it. I know that this can work it'll just take time. And the odds of catastrophic failure are just so much smaller. My loss aversion is informing this decision completely. It's a powerful feeling. Shit. Come on. I just need loss aversion to always win against impatience, and I'll be fine. This truly is really tricky, though. Just to gain ground on this slope. I know it gets easier, though. Actually, first it kind of gets harder, but... Slippery slope indeed. And this one's not a fallacy, it's just a literal problem facing me. What I got planned next after I conquer the mountain, I have a few ideas. It's basically those same games I was mentioning earlier as far as, like, things that I want to do next. Because I don't expect to do another frustration game just yet. I'm sure someday. I suppose, yeah, I was not far from what Colonel said. I suppose the proper answer is doing it again. Beating it multiple times. I know it's... Fuck. Fuck. Okay. Well, we gotta do bucket times again. For those of you who missed the bucket, you got another shot at it. You get to see... Hopefully how we surpass it, not how we fail at it and keep working our way backwards.
What? No.
But yeah, I think it's like 5 times after you beat it 5 times you get like a golden cauldron. I am going the wrong way. This is a real... The trend line right now is not great.
No.
And it would be really bad if that happened. I need to get back to that, Acropolis. We were in a good spot. We were at the We were at that radiator tower. We were at the radio tower. I want to be there again, god damn it. I want to be the guy. I want to get in the low grav zone and finish it. Yeah, exactly. I changed my mind for you. My actions did. Which was always a very distinct possibility. Okay, that bucket is swinging way too wildly. I need to wait for it to calm down a bit. Otherwise, I'll never catch myself. I probably should have waited longer. But realistically, what's next is almost certainly going to be some Outer Wilds, as far as like next game to focus on Sunday after Sunday. Probably Outer Wilds. Damn it. But, you know, perhaps we should not be counting those chickens just yet, as far as there being a next thing. Perhaps all we'll get is a taste so close to the sweetness of victory, but still coupled with the bitterness of not being our time. God, though, it's gonna be really sucky if indeed we get that close to like the low gravity and the end of it all, and then wind up getting a failure all the way back to the beginning. Right now, it's more possible than than it was before, so... Okay. The trick was to not spend too much time with the bucket. Just really get there and just get off the side of it. God, fuck this bucket.
Oh.
There we go. Okay. Back up to here. Just get myself nice and on the edge. Shit. It's alright. Just don't flail so wildly that you make a second mistake. That's a lot of this game, honestly, is gaining that skill to recognize, like, accepting some amount of loss to prevent massive loss. Just recognizing when you're just going to make things worse if you try and salvage this. Take your losses. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Outer Wilds. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and it's weird. Do y'all get the thing? I assume this isn't just me. You got a library of games on Steam, right? And you know, a bunch go on sale, you pick up a bunch of new games, whatever. Like, you wind up with more than one game at a time somehow. And you start playing one of them, and you got the one that, like, I'll get to that. I haven't gotten there yet. And then something new catches your eye. And, like, are you like me in that you feel like there are certain games in your library that you're not being fair to? Because you're like, I bought you first, but then a new shiny thing happened and I played that. I bought that afterwards and then played that first. That's Outer Wilds for me right now, where, like, it's the new shiny thing I really want to get to, but I've got these other games like Griftlands. I know I like it. I played the demo and really loved it, but I haven't gotten myself in that state to want to play it for real yet. And I feel so bad because I keep letting other more recent purchases beat it out. There we go. So, like, part of it is because there are games that I feel like are more streamable, and, like, I don't know if Griftlands would be the best fit or not. I think it could be fun, but I don't know that I want to stream it. I may just want to enjoy that for myself. Griftlands, if you're not familiar, is from the maker... It's from Clay. So from the makers of, you know, Mark of the Ninja and Don't Starve, all that. And it is a deck building game. So kind of like Slay the Spire in that regard. But you have, like, two completely separate decks. One is for combat and one is for social situations. And so you kind of wind up... Like, sometimes you might wind up in combat. Like, it's this whole RPG. And sometimes you wind up in combat situations. Sometimes you can social your way out of things. And I think each time you do one encounter, like if you do a social one, you wind up getting new cards for your combat deck and vice versa. So, like, yeah, like, I really liked the demo. And I will definitely enjoy it and play it someday, but I keep putting it off for more new recent things that have my attention. And right now, it's Outer Wilds all the way. But yeah, so if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I played the demo, you, like, each type of interaction makes the other one more competent. And there's various characters to play and storylines, and it's a cool idea. And from what I recall, it's executed really well. Stop that. Stop slipping. Shit. It's a game called Griftlands. And, like, I still might decide to stream it. I haven't decided yet. But I've been leaning towards that just being a personal time game. Because part of the problem is, like, and it happened with this one. Like, once I commit to, like, I am streaming all of this, you'll never miss a moment. There's times where I want to play it and make progress, but I'm like, but I'm not streaming right now, and I don't want to stream. Like, I established kind of, I play this one once a week, but there are times that I definitely was like, damn it, I want to just finish I want to get up the mountain. And so, like, I feel like that might happen with Griftlands. Like, if I establish it as, like, this is just a streaming game, I might want to play it more often than I feel like I want to stream. But yeah, it has a demo if you want to kind of more be certain whether or not it's your thing. And the demo, like, it's pretty extensive. It lets you play with it for quite a while. It definitely sold me on it. We're almost there. From what I recall, this part, as long as I don't make any hasty moves, wasn't that bad. Or that long. I just had to keep pulling, because I think it's less icy and more snowy. Maybe not. Okay, just a little more. Shit. There we go, just get stuck in the snow like that. Little more. It's okay. Oh wow, okay. This one, the hands off for a moment. Recalibrate. That one was being kinder with the idea of wide arcs. Almost there. See, I've never really paid attention to their ads or anything. I don't know anything about that, but like, this one came to me as a recommendation of a friend. My buddy Kevin, strongly recommended I check it out at one point. It's been, I think, a few years since then, but it's like, it's not exactly a fresh game, but but it's a good one. At least from the amount that I've played. I haven't done Oxygen Not Included. Not by any, like, policy or anything, but that one I haven't tried. I've played a lot of Clay games. You know which one I didn't get into as much as I expected to was, what's that one, where you're like, it's the tactical, like, your secret agents, fuck, I'm trying to remember what that one is called. Motel Pillows really got into that and loved it so much. Was highly recommending it. And, like, I kind of enjoyed it, but that one didn't work for me as much. And I got almost all the way to the end. God, what is that? What is that game called? That's gonna drive me nuts. It's in my library, so I can check it out, but I feel like I remember it was there was like a pun in the name. No, not Door Kickers. It's a Clay game that I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm just gonna solve this mystery real quick because it's gonna drive me nuts. It was just looking through my library real quick. Oh, right. Okay. Invisible Ink. That, yeah, there was a pun in it. Like Invisible Incorporated, but Invisible Ink. Yes. Gino got to it at basically the same time. As far as when you account for stream delay and stuff. Yeah, Invisible Ink is the one I was talking about. Yeah, I didn't get into it as much as I expected to. Because I loved Mark of the Ninja. Oh my god. Like, that was a game I as soon as I finished it, I basically played it through all over again to like get different costumes and like it. Loved that one. Wanted to 100% stealth it, which I think I did. I can't remember. I think I succeeded at that. They make good stuff. You know, it's a good publisher, I think. Dev and publisher, I'm not sure. But their games tend to be at least at a certain quality. They're certainly beaten out for me by like Supergiants. Like Supergiant is the one that comes to mind for me as far as like if it says Supergiant on the label, I am buying it. No questions asked. I don't need to know anything about the game or what kind of game it is or anything. If they made it, I know it's good. Clay is like close to that, but not quite for me. I'll want to know something about it before I invest. Yeah, they've got a bunch. Almost there, come on. We're almost at Shopping Cartville. I can see the tiniest little touch of the wheels. Y'all can't because of the TV safe zone. There you go. There's the wheel. Okay. We're back to the zone of feeling accomplished. Back to the Acropolis. Let's do this shit. Let's not lose that ground again, hopefully. You know what got us through to the other side? Talking about Supergiant. Well, I guess we mostly talked about Clay. Clay and Supergiant. You got us through this. Yeah, God, I eagerly anticipate whatever Supergiant's doing next. I loved Hades so much. They just keep getting better and better. Like, just... I can't wait till they announce what's next. I'll be very hyped for it. Oh, that reminds me of another as far as, like, what's next. This wouldn't be the immediate thing, but, you know, Cuphead DLC coming out in June. I'm going to want to have played through the game again. So at some point between now and June, I'm definitely going to do another run of Cuphead. Ideally leading right into the DLC, so I would just go straight from one to the next. But that'll definitely be a thing. God, I love Cuphead. So yeah, that'll probably happen like right as the DLC is coming out, so that hopefully just whenever, like day of release, I'll just be playing DLC. Fuck. Okay, we lost some major ground there, but could have been way worse. Come on. Shit. Oh my god. This part gives me so much tension. It's got just that right like, I've so far never fucked up on it, but the look of it implies such a slipperiness and angle combination that, like, that is so intimidating. It really seems like you're gonna slip and tumble all the way down the mountain. Like, and that probably can happen. I just, so far, it hasn't. It is interesting how they play with that in this game, though, of the things that, like the shopping cart. It's there to fake you out, presumably. It is there to make you think, oh no, that's going to roll me down. And it doesn't at all. And then certain other things you have faith in, and then they turn out to be these enemies, like that stupid fake out tree. But there's definitely some playing with expectations in this game. June 30th, yeah. So like, getting closer, but we're still, 2 months away. So obviously there will be different games between now and then. Alright, I feel like I'm starting to allow myself to yield to impatience. And it's important that I not do that. We worked really hard, and y'all have stuck with me through a lot of repetition and just doing the same old shit. I need to honor that by not immediately losing it. Last time we were here for quite a long time before losing ground. I know that it can be done. And hopefully this time there just isn't. Someone needs alcohol. Oh yeah, clearly. Just a smidge of it. The main thing I'm worried about as far as alcohol is I haven't eaten a lot today. And I'm worried about getting that balance just right. I had basically one very small sandwich with just like a little bit of peanut butter and a little bit of honey between 2 toasted pieces of bread, and that's about it. Granted, part of that is because I mean, keep in mind, I wake up a lot later in the day than y'all do, presumably. So I haven't been awake for as many hours as you might think. So that's part of it. It's not all of it. Another part of it is that I ate a lot last night. We had a big dinner from this Oaxacan restaurant that I really like. And much as I thought I was going to just eat some of it and save some of it for later, that's not what happened. I stopped briefly and then decided, no, I want more, and utterly filled my stomach. Shit. That one wasn't an impatience one. That was a mouse slipping from my hand one. But the end result is still the same. I need to be careful. Must be careful. Shit. Damn it. Ugh. God damn this snowy peak. Like, anything post-bucket is still at least, like, I don't mind too badly. Like, anything once I'm on this peak. But, like... God, I want to be back at the radio tower. God damn it, I've earned this. I'm done with this shit. Except I'm clearly not. Alright, all the way back at the bottom of this thing. We can do this. This is the part where I truly need to just not give in to impatience. There's like the right balance of sometimes you gotta give yourself a little bit of a pop-up, like that, but you have to maneuver it so you don't slide down too much, like that. So that was pretty good. You know what? I think the head of this has enough weight that it really makes a difference if I rotate around close to my body or far away. Because when I rotate it around far away, I tend to slide. A lot. But when I just do this maneuver... I mean, granted, I then screwed it up, but like, I hope you see what I'm talking about, of like kind of the difference of like, If I do this, that little slide happens. But if I pull it in and then do that, no slide. Damn it. That wasn't the way the mouse was supposed to go. Alright, easy now. That's... Down there is live buckets. We don't want that. There's like a number of ways to accidentally cause yourself to slide down just a little bit here. Every little slide just affects that math of like how much, you know, eating away at that little progress you got. Like even those tiny things there. Oh, and that, certainly. Every time I wind up, like it takes less time to hit the bottom than I realize. Like I feel like I've made more progress up. And then, like, every time I take a fall like that, it's like, ah! And then I'm right there. It's like, you made it 3 feet. It's just once you lose sight of the ground, it feels like there's so much more to go. But nope, not really. You're just right there. It's like that moment from The Simpsons, in the King Kong parody, where he just... is climbing up the Empire State Building and then falls off and just goes like, ah, and, yeah. Fuck, didn't mean to scrape it like that. Shit, really don't mean to, like, I can't arc around wide like that. Then there's just so much weight out to the side. You will slide. You really gotta pull yourself close to the mountain angle. Nope, not that way. No! Mouse! What the fuck? The tiniest motions. Because, like, when you're that pulled into the body, it's the difference between going to the left or the right is actually very slight as far as what your mouse is detecting. Because the circle is so tiny. We're getting there. We're getting there. We got that nice lip there. And then we have one more coming up. There's a real resting lip. And now just this part. I will at least say that for all that this is a real challenge and just a pain in the ass to get up, and you gotta do it just right, it's still actually not as bad as I feared. I really thought this would be just, like, impossible to do slowly, and you'd have to do it with momentum, otherwise it would never work. And I expected to be falling and losing all the ground constantly, and, like, my visions of this part were really pessimistic. And I'm so glad to be wrong. It's still no picnic, but it's not the utter hell that I expected. Fuck. Really can't bring myself out to the side at all like that. even a tiny bit means the weight's in the wrong place and you just slide. Mouse, you need to not do that. There is just no way. When I tried like this hard to get a good push off and it goes like and then like the times where I just like move my hand ever so slightly and it goes woof off to like, it just can't all be me. Like I feel like some of it's gotta be it being the input being interpreted weirdly. Like I know I'm not making that wide of a motion there. Shit. Okay. I tried a thing there. No more. I tried to change up the formula to see if it would work any better, and it didn't. It worked worse, so we're going back to the formula, slow as it is. Okay. Stop going that far out to the side. Like It's moments like that that make me doubt, like, have I learned anything as far as how to control this, or am I just getting more and more lucky over time? And I'm sure a lot of what I'm experiencing right now could just go down to just, I should probably take a break and just experiencing some fatigue, but, like, I just can't. It's... We're so close. I know I have it in me. Yeah, exactly. Just getting shy soxed. Fuck. How did that hammer wind up going at that angle? Not there, but like when I did the slip up at the top. God, I feel like my voice is getting more and more just like speaking in that low sound has... It's like getting more and more to my vocal cords, but like, there's just... I need the calmness because I'm like afraid of causing an avalanche and stuff. Need more buff. All right, fine, fine. We'll lubricate those pipes a little bit with some clear liquids. Be right back. Oh good, my mouse didn't decide to veer off to the side when I wasn't looking. I was a little worried about that. That maybe I would come here and find... I know. I'm comfortable right now, and also the state of the underwear I'm down to is too risky to not wear pants. Too filled with holes to I could not have like walked away from the camera like that. I would have had to really back up. Yeah, that is, laundry is happening, but I don't have healthy enough underwear to do that. Okay. I need to get some new ones. I have plenty that aren't that bad, though not as many as I would like. I do need to get more. Okay. Almost. Okay, so I've definitely learned I don't ever want to be staying balanced on the tip of the Yosemite hammer like that. Like that just slides down so much. I need to not put all of my weight on it. There's just so many little rules to how to make that work, and I have to do them all simultaneously. Well, some Calvin Kleins. That would definitely not be my typical, but can't complain, I guess. Shit. I was too worried that I might have I didn't want to bang the ice up there and launch myself off, which meant that I didn't catch myself on anything, which... There we go. Okay. It finally happens. That spot finally betrayed me. I was like, I'm always too nervous at that spot. It's not so bad. And I gave it more faith than it deserved. But at least I didn't truly suffer for that. Use that lip. No, my style is super cheap. I'm all about just Costco boxer briefs, typically. They work pretty well. It's Kirkland shit, but... Oh my god. So, a pull and a push. Not like that, though. Oh, man. Just... so punishing. Not specifically what the game demands here, but just the recognition that I have to be so precise, otherwise I lose a lot of just ground that's difficult to like get back. Staying in that mental place for that long is just crueling. Where you're just like, I need to be on my game. If I fuck up even slightly, I lose ground. There we go, that was a good maneuver. Couple more of those. And I'll be back at the Acropolis. Not that way, though. Up to here. Okay. Back to relative safety. Now again, let's capitalize on it. Let's get to fucking space, god damn it. If it works this time, clearly this victory is brought to you by vodka. It gives you that little bit of a steadying hand that you need. Just a touch of it. But I truly am going to be taking it real slow with it tonight, just because, like, what I do not need is any kind of, like, buzz messing up the, like, raw precision I need in my hand right now. Okay. It's the first time we've actually successfully caught ourselves on that. god. Can I... Damn it. I was like, I bet I can't reach that from there. They're not going to be that nice. Okay. That's okay. Because, at least with that one, I could catch myself all the way on the other side of the tower. So what we're going to do... Shit. I didn't mean to go down that much. Okay. So I need to launch myself up and to the right on this one and catch myself on the top of the tower and just push off. If I push off, I go to space. I didn't want to go to space that way, though. More to the right. More to the right, please. What's up here? I have no idea if this is okay or not. Maybe the left is okay.
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Guys, is this success? I'm going up. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Space! Brought to you by vodka! That is credits! Fucking finally did it. How many goddamn hours did it take? Over 24, but... Oh! We did it.
You did it.
Credits. We have made it to space.
Pretty credits. Are you floating in space?
Yes, just floating up higher and higher. It's okay. It's okay that we can't breathe in space, because after that endeavor, death is fine. Oh my god. There's part of me that almost feels like shedding tears right now. Like, that was a goddamn endeavor. Oh, so sexy hiking is a real game. You might also enjoy punishment by the... Clearly I need to be writing all these down as a list of new ways to punish myself, but it finally happened. You know, and I guess, sorry average genius, I never did ride the snake. Exactly, make my way to the top of the scrolling credits. I'm going where my cauldron's never cold. I'm going where the climate suits my cold. Oh my god, though, that moment where it launched me to the left off of the tower was fucking terrifying. I was like, no! The left is the beginning times! No, 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 no! Don't do this to me! Don't allow me to get to space in a fuck-up way. And, yeah. You did. I almost considered delaying a little bit because I wasn't certain you were back, and I know you said you were stepping away. There wasn't too much, though. Redo. Alright, basically all that happens is... Oh wait! I just remembered something. There is a thing coming up, if I recall correctly, that is not for any of y'all to see. I've read about this thing. There's like, when you beat the game, there's like a thing that you're only allowed to see if you beat it. There's like a thing I have to click that says like, I agree I'm not streaming or recording this right now. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Welcome to the top of the mountain. If you're alone, you can come inside and say hello. I have to solemnly swear that I am not recording or streaming this, and I understand that only those that have climbed are welcome. And I'm sorry, everybody, but I do take that seriously. You have to have actually done this. Oh! My clear time, according to the game... Clearly Steam is really... I must have left it open at some point or something, because it says it only took me 12 hours and 52 minutes. So, okay, I wasn't doing as badly as I thought. But as I said, I take that seriously. Whatever I'm about to witness here, only allowed to see if you've actually beaten the game. So, I am going to put up a BRB real quick, and we'll figure out what we're doing next, but I am going to see what's at the top of the mountain. Well, I hope at least some part of you enjoyed watching through this process of eventual success. Probably either the part of you that hates yourself or the part that hates me. I don't know which one, but I do want to thank you for watching through, whether it was live or here on YouTube. Either way, thank you for joining me and enjoying that process. As I've mentioned several times, at the end of every video, I do stream this live. I am, as you're no doubt tired of hearing by now, Midnight Jester 8 on Twitch. You can click the link down in the description to join me live. I really hope you do. I plan on playing through some other games, not all of them. In fact, most of them will probably not be rage-inducing, just utter grind fests like this. I don't know if grind is the right word, but they're not going to be these kinds of rage games, but there might be in the future. But I really enjoy getting to hang out with people and chat with them during, as you've witnessed in the video. And if you want the full context of what we're all talking about and getting chat, and also just want to be there for the other live stuff that doesn't make YouTube, I really hope you'll join me there. Yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you around in whatever form you choose to partake in my content. Ugh, I hate that word. Sticking with it.